Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Live Off the Hinges podcast. I am your host, Marcus, and I'd like to welcome back Boogie for this week.
I am your co-host, Boogie. How's everybody doing today?
He missed last week, but he's back in action, and he's here for the long haul, so suck it, people.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Alright, so originally I was not going to cover this topic. I thought that it was being handled pretty well. We had a different show set up for this week. But we had to change it because my mind is going in fucking insane. So this week
Let me have it now.
we're going to be talking the Ohio East Palestine train derailment and how TikTok is getting out of hand. So, you know a little bit about this, don't you, Boogie?
Yeah, so I listen to political news shows and stuff during the week, and so I know quite a bit about this from when it happened, from when the main media wasn't covering it, and then it started blowing up on TikTok, and then finally they started covering it, and it's just a bunch of fuckery. And then especially when you find out it started under the Obama administration, Trump amped it up, and then President Biden amped it up another level. So thank God for government. Thank God this is what my tax dollars don't pay for.
All right, government. Well, I think our episode last week we talked a lot about the UFOs spotted in the area and all the videos that went through. Now I'm just thinking UFOs is one of those things that the public love to latch onto, right? It's one of the great wonders of the world, and it was all just to suppress news from this going on. What do you think about
Did you
that?
hear what Biden said? We may never recover some of this stuff. Blow it out your ass, Joe.
Well, I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, we live in a capitalistic society that this is happening. It's well known that governments are paid for by corporations. There was one person that referred to it as AmeriCorp instead of America.
Yep.
And the politicians keep us distracted on putting us against each other. You know, everyone's got Fox News or CNN on. It's, this president's doing this. Oh, this president's doing that. It doesn't fucking matter. It's the same people. They're both fueled by the same companies making laws, and as you see in this case, lifting restrictions based off of corporations making more money.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Biden's the most right Democrat we've had in a while, and he's definitely pocketing fucking money. I mean, he gave more tax breaks to the rich. Now all of a sudden he's saying, "Oh, hey guys, we're not gonna tax anybody any more money if they make less than $400,000 annually." And then right after that, the IRS released a statement talking about now that they're gonna start taxing more tips from like wait staff. So thanks, Joe Biden.
Yeah,
Thanks for your great State of the Union promises.
but don't worry. We have to go ahead and pay that wait staff in wages, right? Because the corporations or the companies don't want to pay them. So now that tips are being added onto everything, that way you're paying their entire salary. Which, I mean, everyone deserves a tip, but it shouldn't be left on people to pay salaries of employees for companies that are raking in millions, if not billions, of dollars every year.
Yeah, well, now they're getting rid of the fucking excuse me. They're getting rid of goddamn, what's it called? They're getting rid of like employee tax and stuff like that, and they're raising the sale tax to 30%. So again, hooray!
I will say this, not to kind of get a little bit back to where we were, that supposedly there were restrictions put on these rail companies by Obama, right? So you see everyone on news
Yes.
outlets now blaming, you know, mostly blaming Biden, right? Which they're going to blame Biden because any excuse they can fucking stub their toe and it's Biden's fault. I do not like Biden. I don't like any politician. I think that they're all corrupt. They're all bought out. They're all have their money dipped in the stock market. It's all insider trading. It's all it's all agendas, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, is what it is.
The one who needs most of the blame is fucking Pete Buttigieg, man. He's the one that's supposed to be in charge of all this shit. Since he's
Well,
come over, there's been 3 trail derailments and fucking 3 airplanes have fallen out of the goddamn sky. And then he's like, well, guys, what we need to be focused on is just more diversity in the workplace. Shut your stupid ass up.
yeah, everyone seems to be focused on what bathroom you're using instead of basic human rights, right? But
Yeah, man. Like I said, Obama made it to where, they cut down inspection time. And then Donald Trump ramped it up to where they could keep this fucking 1800s brake system in place, even though they have the technology to have better braking systems. Now the inspections went from 2 people doing 3 to 4 minutes of an inspection to one guy spending 45 seconds on each car. It's fucking bullshit, man. And then, like I said, Biden giving more and more breaks to these big railroad companies, and then just towing the company line when they're like, "Hey guys, it's not that bad." And Joe Biden's like, "See, they know what's going on." Like, yeah, sure, man. It's not like you fucked these entire people in this area that has some of the highest fucking drug use in the country because you literally basically sent them to poverty.
I mean, it's not Kentucky, but sure. That's...
I mean, it's not Mississippi, but I'm talking about just like in Ohio. They're like the poorest area in Ohio.
I drive through there all the time because I work through that area. I am actually about where I live is about 25 miles away from the accident altogether. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can call it an accident at this point when they're on purpose. But the purpose of our podcast today is because there is so much shit going around on Twitter of, yes, people are treating Twitter now as a news outlet. It is a live camera for people to be there on the ground. But some of the stuff that's going on is just for pure views. It's pure idiocracy. It's just plain old goddamn stupid. And we're going to go over a couple of those today. And what we're also going to do is have some corresponding TikToks and other videos and my own personal thoughts to kind of dispel so you could also see what I see and to not listen to some of these dumbasses with a camera in front of their face. Right? Biggest thing I'd like to say is that if they start the video with "I am not a scientist," you probably shouldn't be watching that damn video.
Yeah.
It's true.
Listen, I'm not a scientist.
It's not a peanut it's a peanut gallery, right? So we're gonna go through some of these. You're gonna get our reactions. You're gonna get my a little bit of my sassiness because I just it hurts my brain. Some of these people just straight up hurt my brain. They come on TikTok and they point videos before they do any fact checking, before they even have basic knowledge. They can't even look outside and say, which way is the fucking wind blowing? Where in the United States am I located at? And where am I being affected from the people from not the people, but the spill in Ohio?
Toxic goddamn fumes.
Yeah, and you'll see that people, blowing up this map. We're going to get into it. You'll see people blowing up this map of this river and how it's going to contaminate here, up the Ohio River, all the way down to the Mississippi. Which, I don't know if you're familiar at all with major rivers, but it would damn near be impossible. Because some of those rivers run the opposite way. For example, everyone in Pittsburgh was worried about it, right? Everyone's can... Well, I'll get into that here in a second. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this.
Let's get it.
All right. So what I want to start off here is this is from someone that I actually deem to be credible. That way you can have a baseline going into this of what you should be looking out for. So here we have Cowboy Shrimp Chemistry. Chemistry seems to be in the name. So let's see. Oh, look, PhD? Shit. Let's see what she has to say.
Hey there, I'm Dylan with Cowboy Chemistry. I am a PhD candidate in chemistry, and let's talk about the train derailment that happened in East Palestine, Ohio, and what is going on. Some people are calling it Chernobyl 2.0. I promise it is not that bad. At least there's no radiation involved at all. The authorities...
First off, I would like to say, all these people comparing it to Chernobyl, You do understand Chernobyl was a nuclear incident. This is in no way, shape, or form any form of Chernobyl.
Authorities in eastern Ohio, or in East Palestine in Ohio, have been doing a controlled burn of a chemical that was in the tankers that were derailed. The chemical in the tankers were reported to be vinyl chloride. This is vinyl chloride. It is a material that is used to make PVC pipe. It itself is very toxic. It's a carcinogen, and it's typically a gas. And yeah, it smells very sweet. So if you smell a sweet smell, it could be this if you are in Ohio. Yeah, but they did burn it. So when they burn it, it becomes HCl and possibly a little bit of phosphine gas. And so let's go over those. HCl will burn your eyes, your nose, your mouth. So if that is in the air, it reacts with the water in the air, so it'll be like a white mist, usually is how it looks. It's a white fume. It's pretty obvious if HCl is in the air because, again, it burns your eyes, nose, and mouth. Phosgene is a gas, and the gas is heavier than air, so it'll be low to the ground. As it's being tested, it has a people describe it as like a musty odor, so it smells like old hay or something like that. It's a toxic gas. There's been reports of animals that have died. It's possible the animals experienced phosgene gas poisoning. There are reports of foxes that have died and had diarrhea and some other gastrointestinal issues and coughing, and chickens that have died from the air, but it should dissipate and spread out because the concentration of these gases do matter. Yeah, and if you're the containment of this area has ended, so if you were in the 1 mile exclusion zone, they've allowed you to go home without being there and without testing it myself. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to for a minute here. Just bear with me for 1 second. I will be right back. We usually don't do the video format, so I am learning and I am new on that, so thanks for sticking around. And yeah, let's get back to it. So a lot of the stuff that she's saying, you know, these common chemical compounds, essentially in PVC pipes, which water goes through, it's also going to be in trash containers. You know, go to your kitchen, grab your trash container, boom, right there, you got some. Yeah. Also, you cook with it, right? A lot of non-stick pans have the same chemicals, which I didn't know. How many people cut steak in their pan? People cut food in their pans, don't they?
I mean, that'd be very strange if you did, but I'm sure maybe there are some people that do that.
All right. So if you got like a piece of steak or something, and it's not centered in the pan, you're not cutting a little piece off to kind of get it, you know, moved around in there to get a good sear?
Nah, see, man, I'm from Texas. We know barbecue and we know steak. You know what I mean? You do the steak, you sear it on for about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes if you want it medium rare. You take it off the steak, you let it sit on the cutting board, and then you cut it and you try it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right here, and then we're gonna get back on track. The real secret I found to making a steak, where it's like really restaurant quality of it. I like doing the reverse sear. I put my steak.
You bake it first?
Yeah, I bake it in the oven first. I have a temperature gauge that an alarm goes off when it reaches. I have reaching 140, and then I get a pan nice and piping hot. So and then pull it out once it reaches that temperature. Give it a click, sizzle on both sides, and then I take it off and let it rest. And to me, if you want that steak falling apart in your mouth, that's the key.
Yeah, and when you throw it in the pan too, and you sear it for a minute on each side, and then you throw in like half a stick of butter in that bitch, and then you just baste it the rest of the way. Throw in some
Rosemary,
mint in there
garlic.
and some garlic.
Yeah.
Some mint, and some garlic, and then you just baste it like that for 30 seconds on each side. Then you take it off, let it rest. Then you pour the juices on top of it, let it sit for about, I'd say about like a minute, and then you cut into that bad boy, melt in your mouth.
That's right. So if you heard it here first, if you want it to be great, pour the juices on top of it.
Yeah, you got to.
All right, so
It tastes better when it's juicy.
that is you heard it here first. But so this is what I consider more or less a credible source. The rest of these people on the internet, I'm going to go ahead and equate these people on TikTok that are giving you advice. They're telling you what to do with the lives of yourself and your family are the equivalents to this girl right here in this Spartan race, who went ahead and here it is. She was told to cut a hole into the lake as part of the Spartan race, so she cut a hole directly around her. This is the equivalent of what people are telling you to do. All I can say is stop getting information from people on TikTok that don't start you out like that last girl with some actual credible degrees. I mean, even though still you might want to take it with a grain of salt, because just like Wikipedia, anyone can edit this. Anyone can be on here.
Why would she cut it around herself, though? That just seems like such dipshittery.
That's the point. I don't know. Some people, they get so focused, so scared, or the adrenaline's pumping, that you just make stupid-ass decisions.
Yeah, because that was just dumb.
Yeah, she goes into shock and just... I mean,
I saw that.
I'll see the rest of it. She gets out okay. But
she looks like fuck.
I wouldn't exactly call her the smartest person around, you know?
Definitely not. I won't call her for financial advice.
It's
Definitely
just...
not advice on a train derailment.
Hey, you never know. She might be really good at finances. Just, is a dipshit when it comes to making common sense.
She looks like Pete Buttigieg talking to the media right there. Just completely in shock, doesn't know what to do after making a giant boneheaded decision.
Yeah, so, I want everyone to look at this video, not really this video, and just think, is this the information I'm getting on TikTok? Because the peanut gallery is out, folks. So here we go. This is the next point of information that I have found. And this is from the burning. This is from the released controlled burn on wind directions. So when the smokes went up, this is the particle positions and which way they were flowing when it came to the burn that day. So when people called me or talked to me about it and asked if I seen the giant smoke cloud, again, I am right at the beginning of Pittsburgh here. I did not see shit. Nothing. Here in Pittsburgh, it's either sunny or it's gray. And while it was gray, it was not black. Not only mention that, but people saying about acid rain and how, clearly no idea on how it works. But I've been out in the rain for the past 2 weeks. I don't have any burns on my skin. I work outside. So let's get that out the way. But, yeah, so what do you think about this right here?
Well, I'm not a weatherman, but that don't look very good.
But you can see here, what I'm really trying to put through here as the point is the way that the air is moving. Right? You have the air is moving northeast. All right,
Yeah.
see. So let's go on to the next one here. This is an example of just an idiot on TikTok who's giving you information. I'd like to point out here, as you can see through this, you have this person right here has 16.4 thousand people hearting his post, over 1,000 people sharing, and clearly has no idea what the hell's going on. As we go through this, I don't think we've seen on the last one yet, but the people that are actually giving educational information are much fewer, have much fewer shares and fewer likes than the people that are just dumbasses. All right, so let's watch this real quick.
That's what you're looking at. So if we extrapolate that out, just to kind of give us an idea of potential...
See, use big words like extrapolate to make yourself seem fancy.
Other affected areas, okay? Just look at it. From the blast area where they burned off million pounds of shit, 5 miles out, it's now already 10 miles tall, 9.19, okay? Say it never grew outside that. It never grew anymore. All of this area is part of that trail zone. And the yellow?
See that? All of that area is part of that trail zone. So he went ahead and did this, this fancy ass map, right? Went ahead and put your little line graphs on here. Drew the 25 mile radius. But if we go back to the first one, didn't even get the trajectory of where the fuck the particle cloud was going.
Yeah.
So
completely wrong.
He's giving advice to these people from Zealand Opal. What's that? Fucking all the way over.
It's 250 parts per million.
Telling you, I mean, even these people, and I mean, obviously, possibly with the water, these people in Monaco and stuff are affected, right?
Yeah.
But he's drawing this huge line as to where this cloud is going. That's not even accurate with the way the weather is.
So if we extrapolate,
and then it has no dissipation either. He doesn't even take into account. He's saying that it's going to move in a straight line fucking forever until it hits the goddamn Atlantic.
From the blast area where they
straight line
burned off million pounds of shit.
That's what I'm
5
saying,
miles
man.
out.
Not everybody should have a goddamn voice.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it's making 16,000 videos. The original video, I'm looking at it right here. The original video has 2,000 views.
2,000 views. And this one has 16.4 thousand likes. It doesn't even get the goddamn direction in which it was blown correctly.
People are dipshits, man. Goddamn.
It's now already...
I mean, I'm not going to watch the rest of this because, frankly, I don't think this guy needs any more...
He don't need any more clap from us.
I just... Don't get your information from people like this. This is a bad idea. If the person took all this time, he hopped on here super fast. Why? Because you're going to be, if you view his stuff, you're going to be paying for him. He puts all his tags correctly. Hell, he even brings up a fancy chart with a map on it. And doesn't even give a shit to look up which way the wind was blowing that day.
It's dumbassery at its best, Marcus. Dumbassery at its finest.
Again, as you can see, this way, northeast, right? Don't even get me started on people. Don't even get me started on we'll get started on it because I'm gonna show you. It just baffles my mind. All right, so we're gonna close it. We're gonna get him the fuck out of here. All right, so then you have this one. This was my favorite so far. Okay, when you live in Ohio. Oh, I'd like to point this out on the bottom here. But I'm the conspiracy theorist. So I already got here that she's a Trump supporter. Let's see how far else she goes. Sorry about that. Is that a fucking zero water gauge?
That's what it looks like.
That looks like the equivalent to a zero water gauge. I'm sorry, but if you live in America and you put this into your tap water, where are you now not sprouting numbers at?
That's what I'm saying. Tap water naturally has minerals in it.
Yeah.
And of course, bottled water doesn't because it's purified. They take all that shit out. That's why purified water is terrible for you. That's why you need spring water.
All right, here we go. We're gonna keep on going here. So see that? Oh no! Oh look, there's zero now. Oh look, the bottled water has zero. Don't drink the water in Ohio. Oh, gotta test it again just to show you.
Yeah, I gotta shake off the minerals from the other one.
Serious, it just boggles my mind. If you were using this in any tap water, that number is gonna go up. That's why whenever you buy the fucking filters for your water, that they give you this so you can see that it's making a difference, so that you can go ahead and show people and increase the marketing scheme that they have going up by take everything out of your water. It's great for you, right? We're gonna get more into this later, but just The amount of fucking
Common
sheer
misconception.
stupidity.
Yeah, it's common misconception, man. The minerals that are in that water are actually good for you. Unless your water's coming out brown from rust, the water's fucking fine, dude.
I mean, I think there
I
is some
drank
stuff.
water for 5 years in prison. I'm okay. I
Yeah.
lived.
I think there is some stuff like fluoride and stuff in the water, but fucking okay. So everything matters with the amount of the levels of stuff that's in there. This isn't just measuring the amount of shit in the water from the spill. Chances are that water has not even gotten down to the. I don't know when this video was taken, but chances are the water has not gotten down to the aquifers that are housing the water. But also, it's also good to know. I'd like to know which part of Ohio she was in.
Yeah,
Because
this is a generic brand of Ohio. It doesn't even say that she's in East Palestine. It's just like when you live in Ohio.
when you live in Ohio, for all we know, she's in fucking Cleveland.
Yeah, in Akron.
But I just don't get advice from these people, please. All right, so next we have up here is we actually have
Who's carrying its vinyl chloride.
another. I'll let her explain to you. These are the people that you should be taking advice from. Okay, again, there's no. She's not flashing, her thesis in front of you, right? But as you can see here, this is how you tell it's educational. There's 283 hearts on this, and 7 shares. That's how you know it's educational and not just some bullshit harebrained scheme or everything's conspiracy theory. So let's go ahead and watch this.
I'm sure by now we've all heard about the train derailment in Ohio where a large amount of vinyl chloride was spilled into the environment. If you don't know me, my name's Claire. I'm a chemistry PhD student at Harvard, and I want to talk a little bit about the chemistry behind what was spilled. The main
Now, I know people are going to say, it says right there that she's a student. But I'd like to point out, she's still a Harvard PhD candidate, and that last person couldn't even fucking read a wind direction map.
Yeah.
chemical that the train was carrying is vinyl chloride, which is depicted here. Vinyl chloride is used in the synthesis of polyvinyl chloride, which is just a polymer plastic that's used in so many different materials, one of which being PVC piping.
Second, she just
Vinyl
looks smart.
chloride is extremely carcinogenic, has been linked to multiple types of liver cancer. To avoid the contamination of the environment with this potent carcinogen, the government decided to burn the vinyl chloride. This combustion reaction releases carbon dioxide, water, and hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride can pose a health risk. It irritates the lining of the lungs, but it's not a carcinogen. Other chlorinated byproducts can form in trace amounts, one of which being phosgene depicted here.
In
This
trace
was an awful
amounts.
situation, but avoiding vinyl chloride contamination was the best thing to do.
Correct. People say, I seen a TikTok earlier, I don't have it queued up now, on why did they go ahead and burn it? And you clearly, whenever they put the camera back to him, the dude didn't like have any teeth. I mean, no
it was supposed
offense.
to be a controlled release, and then it ended up in a fucking fireball.
I think the controlled release was the fireball, because you gotta,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It ended up in a fireball. That was the controlled release.
By no way, shape, or form am I saying that the government did the correct thing here and that the government has your best interest in mind. But a lot of people on the hazmat crews are firefighters that are from that area. So, I mean, I think that, they would probably refuse to do something if it was too crazy. I mean, I'm sure they had to have somebody that said, why are we doing this? And then they got a proper explanation. That's just my thought. All right, so next we have here is another idiot. Let's see here.
What's the name on that one?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Sav._.rose.
Sav._.rose.
Yeah, you see it on the screen or no?
Oh no, yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I was just asking.
This has 11.4 thousand hearts.
Jesus.
2,088 shares. Okay, this girl right here is by far one of the. We have stuff here to back this up. is one of the goddamn dumbest people that people are taking advice from. Stop fucking doing it, man. Come on. You ready to play it?
Yeah, let's go.
This is a great question. I'm going to be answering it, but first and foremost,
Not correctly.
by saying I'm in no way, shape, or form a meteorologist or a professional by any standpoint.
Well, thank
I
God she
just know
starts with
science
that.
and I do research. So I'm going to
she
answer
does
this
research.
using a radar technology showing the storm that's moving eastbound on the eastern coast, more northeastern. And like I said, I've got a lot of comments like this, so I want to make one thing very clear. The spill happened about 2-ish weeks ago, and although it happened 2 weeks ago, again, like I said, it can reside.
That's right. So it happened 2 weeks ago, and she's going over current weather patterns.
My thing is this though, right? Why are they asking her? Because she's like, I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Why is she getting a lot of questions about this?
Because once you cover it and you fall in line with people's own conspiracy theories, right? People will latch onto you. It's a form of confirmation bias, right? They don't want to hear the real facts. They just want to hear your fucking your right or left wing conspiracy theory, and they want to latch onto it because it's exactly what they believe.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
But she's gonna go over current weather, even though they already showed where it was going. Northeast
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. It's 50. Wait, if you reside in the atmosphere and rain and soil for about,
reside in the atmosphere
keep
in
going.
rain and soil for about 15 weeks. And these chemicals that were in the spill could very well have moved in these clouds.
Last time I checked, when rain clouds roll in, they aren't here for 15 weeks.
Nope.
I mean, am I crazy here?
No, you're not. You're correct in that. I've never seen that. They tend to dissipate over the course of like less than a week most of the time, unless you got a really bad thunderstorm.
Excuse me.
There's always going to be a chance of this when any type
Soil,
of spill
yes.
within the atmosphere
Water, no.
happens. Because these chemicals will be so broken down inside of water and inside of rain clouds and things like that, you might not be able to even smell them or be able to see them because chemicals like VCM, vinyl chloride, are colorless, but they have a sweet scent. And because no disasters like this on such a large scale for vinyl chloride and any other accident like this has really happened in recent history, we don't really know the effects of it at this moment.
I think it
can
happens
just
all
tell
the
you that It's
time.
most likely in the rain clouds, and it's moving across eastbound.
Isn't there like fucking 4 trains that derailed this week or this month so far?
It's been 3, so they had one. They had that one in Ohio. We had one here northeast of Houston, and then there was another one I think either yesterday or today.
There's one in South Carolina, if you're referring to that one. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
The latest one.
all right, we're just going to keep on going.
On the eastern shores of the United States. So here is
Also, I will note this last thing. They have nothing in recent history. I mean, didn't fucking Aaron Brockovich make a whole goddamn fucking movie or career off of her coverage of the what's that the fuck is that the DuPont watershed?
Yeah.
So, I mean, right there, I guess.
all of the what I was talking about in the Ohio Valley, right, towards all of Kentucky, the majority of Kentucky, coming about southwest here. And if we click play, this is 1:30 p.m. to about 4:25 today. This is how it's going to be moving. And if you pay attention over here, specifically this commenter is asking about New Jersey.
Second thing, as you've seen from that first, let's go back to this. It has moved. Okay, your Pennsylvania line. You really can't see it over here, but it's right here. This is where the Pennsylvania line is. Right over here, you got. I was gonna call it something else, but you got Jersey. You got Albany. You got upstate New York into Canada. Right. So let's go back so she could talk about New Jersey and this cloud right here that is well below the fucking path of this last one 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Get a little emphatic on this.
And others were asking about Pennsylvania over here. I mean, this is all being covered by storms. I can't say for sure if it is in your rainwater or if it is not, but I can say that there is a high possibility that it is.
Let me tell you what. If you go back to that last thing, if we just go back to
That is, hold on real quick. That is so dumb, the shit she just said right now.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure if it's in your rainwater, but it's a
Covered
high
by
possibility.
storms.
That is the dumbest. That's what dumb people say when
It-
they don't know fuck all about fuck.
now that those which they're focusing is not focusing on the spill, they're focusing on the cloud, which was there 2 weeks ago, and by far is fucking out of that area. Even if it did spread it over the clouds, it would still probably be diluted to the point where. But I mean, just anyway, this if you see here, this going right across here is not in any way, shape, or form affected by the fucking cloud that got dispersed in East Palestine 2 fucking weeks ago. Put a bucket outside, drink that shit up. You're not gonna get fucking sick. Jesus Christ.
The bucket will probably get you sick, if anything.
The bucket, which is going to contain the same chemicals that people complaining about, just drink the water out of that. You'll be fine.
Yeah, because who has a clean bucket?
It's got a clean bucket, man.
That's what I'm saying. The bucket will get you sick before the rain.
Just fucking hey, dude. I don't understand how people like this, like, how do you get 11.4 thousand likes on this? Is it just because is the like for you being so fucking stupid that people just think it's funny? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
You know what it is? They just need to throw some tang in there. Throw some tang in that bitch.
Throw some tang. And by the way, I don't mean to be rude to this girl, but she should not be making TikToks in an area on which she has nothing to do with.
I do. I mean to be rude.
You mean to be rude?
I mean to be rude. Man, listen, if you're just going to go around saying all the dumbass shit that pops into your mind, like, you do deserve a bit of mockery. See, that's the problem nowadays, man. If you mock people, oh, you're hurting somebody's feelings. Blow it out your fucking ass, dude. This is why people think that they're allowed to say dumb shit. Because no one tells them, hey, you're fucking dumb. Because it's like, oh, you're smart shaming me. Shut your dumb ass up.
I'll tell you you're dumb. Listen, I want to thank this girl right here. So, on this video alone, the 2,088 people that have shared this video to other people, you have subsequently made them dumber.
Yes, and the people they shared it to.
And the people they shared it to. You have made them fucking dumber with the shit that's spewed out of your mouth. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
It has 11.4 thousand views. I mean, likes. Right?
Likes. It's got more views.
Exactly. So there are more than, let's be conservative. Let's say 15,000 people are now dumber. I'm going to be honest. My brain is mad at me for watching this video. Just like, hey, we just lost a couple of brain cells.
We're not done with it yet. We still got more to go.
Yeah, I know, unfortunately.
She's going to talk about, I'll let her talk about it.
Can't say that for sure because I'm not there to test the water and I'm not there to test the
I wouldn't want her
air
testing it.
quality. And in regards to my last video where I was saying, like, try jugged water, try, any other water, I want to be specifically very clear with this. Buy something like Life Water. Be sure you know exactly where the water is sourced from. Life Water is sourced from public, like, water sources. But
Maybe. Oh, here we go. She wants the water you buy. Okay, for number one, any bottled water right now, 2 weeks out, is still all the bottled water they had in storage. Water, bottled.
Hey, by the way, also this, a lot of people don't know this. Most bottled water is just tap water that's been put in a fucking bottle. There's a famous company here. Well, I'm not gonna get into the name right now because I don't need to be fucking.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But if you look at their label, right? Like if you look at the label of their bottle, it says that it's from the Corpus Christi tap water. So they're literally just bottling up Corpus Christi tap water, and then saying, "But it's in a bottle, so it's better." Hey, you're dumb.
Yeah, so here we go. A water on, they do have something on the bottle that says where it is sourced from. Obviously.
Yeah. People never look at that shit, though.
You don't look at it, and the water right now they have in the stores isn't affected by it yet. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to put out, I don't think they put out water that has a bunch of, I think they've a test that they have to put through that says whether or not it's poisonous.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, would be a lot of money. I mean, really all you're doing is paying employees to bottle it, but it would be a lot of money to throw all that product out, but it would be a whole shit ton more money for a lawsuit.
They put it through their own filtration system also. And by the way, I work in recycling, guys. For all of y'all that think that y'all are saving the planet by recycling, I'm going to let you know right now, it's a goddamn hoax that was made by the water company just so you could buy plastic fucking bottles. They don't even recycle most of these because they can't separate the fucking plastic correctly.
Hey, don't that doesn't all go to the same place?
I've been to recycling plants, man. Like I said, I work specifically in recycling, and they can't even separate that shit. Most of that turns into garbage. It's lost. It doesn't actually even get properly recycled. It's all this shit talking about, hey guys, make sure you recycle your water bottles and make sure that you buy from places that they only use recycled plastic. That's fucking dumb.
It's to make you feel better.
Lie. Yeah, it's to make you feel. It's just like when they tell you, hey guys, buy a Tesla because you're a better person. Don't mind the African kids that died mining the sources for your fucking battery. Or hey, buy this produce that's completely 100% healthy. And forget about the jet fuel that it was used to bring it in from overseas, because you don't have a fucking farm anywhere in your goddamn state to help even bring these vegetables here, and we can't bring it in with such a high market. You know what I mean? It's the dumbest shit. They lie to you to make you feel better. And don't get me wrong, I think you should do your part because the planet is definitely fucking dying, but don't believe this bullshit that companies sell you to try to sell you on this profitable bull crap. You know what I mean? The only reason I drink it here is so that way I don't have to have a glass clinking on the goddamn counter.
Yeah. Plus, plus it makes you feel better about yourself. I think that's the underlying thing here.
Yeah, that way you can just jerk yourself off. I hope you guys don't break your fucking hand patting yourself on the back.
All right. Let's get into her. This is her water advice. Which, by the way, we're gonna get into another one of these videos from an actual chemist, but it's completely fucking wrong. So we're gonna go back a little bit here.
Life water is sourced from public water sources, but it's also used in reverse osmosis. And reverse osmosis has been shown to filter out chemicals like VCM, which means that you will be able to drink it without drinking the chemicals with it. But the only downside is...
Let me go ahead and tell you that. Oh, hold on. We'll get to this right part right
is
here.
that if you were to get a reverse osmosis system for your house, it's highly expensive.
Okay, so we're going to get to it in another one of these videos, but that is absolutely 110,000% incorrect. A chemist goes through and tells you that the carbon that's in there does reverse osmosis. It will just go between membranes. It does not give a shit if you are using reverse osmosis. Does not work. That is 100% false. Sorry, we'll go ahead.
In the hundreds. And our main concern right now is worrying about livestock and crops. Considering that the Midwest and Ohio specifically, our main exports are crops and corn, which relies heavily on rainwater.
Yeah, all right, we're going to stop it there. But another thought here to the Midwest, which we're going to get to, is yes, there are people, you are seeing reports online that chickens have died. Excuse me.
Yeah, I saw with foxes in the area. Apparently, they talked to like a local fox catcher. One of his foxes died,
Yeah.
and a bunch of them a bunch of them got sick, and they had to go to the vet. And
Yeah.
apparently, they had to go to like an actual animal hospital because they don't have the resources to help them get better. Also, apparently, some lady's cats, when she was being like evacuated from the area, she left her cat behind. They went back, and her cat apparently passed away.
Yeah, so in those cases, you know, I do feel bad for those people. Rest in peace, Kitty and foxes. But
yeah, I'm not saying that there's no fallout from this. Shit definitely happened, and this is a fucking terrible incident. But again, it gets cranked up to another level when you have people like this who love, for lack of a better term, revenge. Word that rhymes with corn. Revenge corn that they're using to just scare the shit out of the masses, man, and that's not fucking cool.
yeah,
I hate that people do that.
for views.
Yeah, you do it for clicks. That's all you're doing it for. She did it so 15,000 people could watch this video and be like, oh my god, I live in New Jersey. I could be affected. Even though this bitch don't know shit about fuck, man.
I live in Pittsburgh. I'm yet to see any effects. 20 miles, like 25 miles, right? But yes, that there are animals in that area, and the fish in those direct rivers were affected because it is directly onto them. That they know that when you make that chemical reaction by lighting on fire, it does create phosgene gas, and that's a low-lying gas because it weighs heavier than oxygen, so it tends to stand low. So those animals that died, yes, they got phosgene poisoning, most likely. But 40 miles away is not good. I mean, my area is not going to see that problem. It's all relegated to just that area for that problem. They are dying. The animals died. The fish died in that area. Absolutely, 100% yes.
Yeah, it's definitely terrible for that area, but if you're just like outside of that area, I don't think you have.
If you're in fucking New Jersey, you're not going to get phosgene poisoning. So shut the fuck up, Mabel. Sorry.
No, you're right.
I get a little overboard. I get so heated up. All right, here we go. Here's the reverse osmosis. This guy, as you can see here, I did get a chance to talk with him today.
What's his name?
Mark Explains. Okay, he is a, I don't know if he's going to say at the beginning of this video, but he is a chemist and geoscientist. He does not have specifically, I guess, work in hazmat cleanups, but he still does, work. You see some people talking about, fungi, which I believe there is one more video I could bring up so we could talk about this, because people are saying that fungi will convert the carbons into non-volatile things, and yes, that is true, but he debunks it pretty immediately. But let's hear what he has to say on reverse osmosis, because that last girl said buy $100. Well, she wasn't advocating it, but she says if you wanted to, you could buy a $100 system to put in your house. Let's see what an actual person with a goddamn fucking degree says.
This question that keeps coming up is, will reverse osmosis filters take out these chemicals? And the answer is no. Reverse osmosis is just a series of small membrane filters pushed through at a high pressure rate. The hydrocarbons will pass right through these. No, so do not think you're safe if you have an RO system in your house. Reverse osmosis will not filter these chemicals out.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you just bought that based off of her TikTok, you're even a bigger fucking idiot than she is.
And you know the crazy part? This video only has 2,000 views compared to the 12,000 that other chick had.
And this is one of the, I think there's like a few big ones that are covering this, and he's like one of the bigger ones. But this is it.
And no one.
Whoop.
Hey everyone, so this
Sorry about that. But I mean, this is it. He tells you right there, like it's not working, dude. Don't waste your money doing that shit. Yeah, I mean. So here's the next we have. This is let's see here. All right, we're gonna be talking about the chemical plumes in the river. There's another guy who's just trying to take advantage of the situation, but I believe it's So people are wondering why, I say that I'm not affected in Pittsburgh, and again, and why other areas aren't being affected. But I have right here, if you can see that, I could blow it up a little bit more. But this is the way the river runs in Pittsburgh. Right up here is East Palestine, Ohio. I am about right here is where I'm at. Yeah, right about here. That's 376, and I was on the 79. Right, that's neither here nor there. But I'm right around this area right here. And as you can see here, Pittsburgh, because I've seen a lot of people complaining like, oh no, I'm in Pittsburgh, what do I do? Well, Pittsburgh, you get your water from the Allegheny River right here. This river flows down and then goes up and then turns into the Ohio River. So, to answer that question, right here is your water treatment plant. You're getting all of your water from the Allegheny River. You're not getting any water in Ohio. If you are in Pittsburgh, you are 100% fine to shower, drink, fucking have a sprinkler going on outside, do whatever the fuck you want. Bathe in your toilet. It's all, I mean, you might get sick from that last one, but you're fine.
Somebody who has a black thumb is going to be like, that's why all my plants died. It's the chemical thing. Like, you've been killing plants for 12 years, Jeff. Get over your fucking self.
You can't use your own shit as compost, Jeff. I mean, I think you can, but not with the amount of Red Bull that he drinks.
Yeah.
So.
That shit's all monster and testosterone.
Oh yeah. So and again, right here they have this is again I think this lady right here is credible. She'll go over her qualifications here in a minute.
What's her name?
That's a great question. There we go. The garbage queen.
The garbage queen?
Yeah.
Okay.
She is an Appalachian
sure we're
climate
shouting out their
activist.
TikToks, so that way, you know what I mean?
What'd you say?
I just want to make sure we're shouting out their TikToks, so that way people want to go look at it.
Oh, okay. I will also. I'm going to be. This is going to be funny, at least in my opinion. But throughout the week here, I'm going to be taking the videos that were used in this, and then stitching them with the stuff we're putting on right now. That goes ahead and tells those people that they're fucking up everybody by putting out this bad information. So they'll get a chance. I mean, maybe we can even go over it next week if they go ahead and reply. You know. But yeah, they're gonna know about it. These people are gonna be tagged.
Which, guys, make sure that y'all go check out the Off the Hinges TikTok, man. Marcus, you want to shout out the name?
Yeah, it's Off the Hinges podcast on TikTok. Please, what we hope to do is if we get enough followers on there, we have to have 1,000. We could take this show live. So if you check that out and do it, not only will we be live on Twitch like we are currently, but we'll be live on TikTok as well. Look at you with the promotions. Good for you, dude. Much better than I am. Alright. Yeah, let me click as we go to this map here.
These areas
I don't necessarily,
are up watershed of the...
Excuse me. I don't necessarily know if this area right here going to be all affected. Again, it will do some because the river goes down to Wheeling, West Virginia, which is going to be right in this border right here. But the majority of these people right here are going to, yes, this area right here is where some of the cloud was, so that probably rained down some of the chemicals, the form of acid rain there, if it even rained, right? But these areas right here are all going to be covered by the Allegheny River, so you're not going to be drinking poisonous materials in that section. And then we're going to go ahead and she's going to talk about some other stuff here, so let's play this.
The river, and these contaminants are not going to flow upstream. So as of February 15th,
sorry about that. Let me rewind this back to the beginning. I'm just on the ball today.
I'm a scientist and activist who's done a lot of freshwater work, so let me explain who should actually be concerned right now, because it's not everyone who lives in the areas on this map. No other creators have said that, but let me explain why. Most of these areas are up watershed of the river, and these contaminants are not going to flow upstream. So as of February 15th, the only people who need to be really concerned about their water are those who live within proximity of the train derailment site and those who live directly downstream of it. Officials in these areas told residents just yesterday that they should not drink the tap water, which is a little late in my opinion. So if you do live in one of those areas, don't drink the water, don't bathe in it, don't clean your dishes with it, don't give it to your pets, only drink bottled water. And when you do go out and buy some, make sure you don't buy too much because you want to make sure the rest of your community can get some.
I think that's an important message. We've seen a whole lot of stuff happen. I will say this one does have 119,000 likes, but we've seen a whole lot of stuff happen with the toilet paper and stuff during the pandy wandy. That it's important.
Yeah, not only that, also like here down in Texas, we get a lot of like hurricanes. Like one more specifically, like Houston, because we're not like in the tornado valley. We get like a lot of hurricanes and stuff like that, and that's what they say. That you want to limit yourself to like 2 packs of water because you want to let everybody get a chance to get some water.
Yeah,
not let everybody fucking hoard it.
Be considerate. People got kids, people got animals. If they're struggling to, they should have access to clean water. I know a lot of people.
Supermarkets just run the fucking number up on that price tag too, assholes.
Yeah, back to that corporation, dude.
Yep, especially Texas, man. We're fucking keeping quote unquote woke banks out of Texas. Blow it out your fucking ass.
Blow it out your fucking ass, Texas.
Yeah, Texas and Florida. Thanks, Ron DeSantis.
All right, so
Millions of livestock have died 100 miles.
Don't get me this guy right here.
He looks like a dipshit. What's his name?
I'm not even gonna say his name. You know why? This guy, I'm pretty sure this guy's not even from America. He is just here to use the story as clout. That is it. And he says right here to get maximum exposure. Yeah, but fucking acid rain on a 200-mile radius? I didn't see shit in Pittsburgh. Didn't even have a 20-mile radius down here.
And you know, again, what's insane to me? This video has 50,000 fucking likes. Almost 51,000. It's 50.9k likes.
Yeah,
and 4,500 shares.
If you want to zoom in here to get the guy's name, you're more than welcome to. I, however, do not want to give him any more publicity that we are right now. But before we get on to this, This guy right here is talking about how she talked about in the last video how there's only how certain rivers run certain ways, and this guy is a teacher that we're going to be bringing up, and he's going to be telling you, you know, what the plan would be. They're tracking the chemical plume that's in the water down the Ohio River, so from up by East Palestine down to well, it's a little bit more inland, but down to Wheeling and stuff. So listen to what this guy has to say.
It's Freeberary time.
Minus the ad.
Are you considering replacing your air conditioning system this spring?
Freeberary is one of our slowest months of the year.
I wasn't going to do
Warehouses
that, but now I'm
full,
interested.
our crews are slow.
Sorry.
Oh, hell yeah.
Great.
That great internet, Marcus.
No, I have great internet. All right, I'm thinking maybe I need to refresh you the page because it's been up for like 4 hours.
I must have been open too long.
I was fucking prepared today. Come on, man. What am I gonna do? Just gonna...
Like, come on, don't be an asshole.
Oh, I'm an asshole, all right.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just like fucking took this video down?
That'd be great. I'd love it. They'd be like, these guys are spreading misinformation.
Let me just show you right now that it is not. Yeah, on page unresponsive. Let's just give it a little bit of weight here. We're gonna open up a new tab right here, just so I can show you. Oh, is my internet taking a shit right now? Maybe.
That's what it seems like, man. But I mean, we are getting up to a wrap point right now.
Oh, we still got so much stuff to get over.
Maybe it's the internet telling us, like, hey guys, you're done. The government has tapped into your computer right now.
Well, you're still recording, so you're still recording, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Shit.
all right, so we're gonna go through this other stuff speed-wise, all right? Because you're still recording. These videos are still buffered. Here we are. Oh, they should. This is not.
Wait, what happened to that dipshit?
Oh, I exited out on him. He was saying that basically just short version of that everyone is within a 200-mile radius is going to be seeing acid rain, which is absolutely incorrect from it. This next section was just on the acid rain, so I'm gonna give you right here. This is mother__Ren. What she is basically talking about is that the again, you can go ahead and check it out. As you can see here, I didn't know it was the same thing, but she was talking about acid rain, derailment, Ohio train. Guess where this girl lives?
California.
South California. She says it right in the beginning of the video that the air smells. The fucking wind's not even moving that way. You're all across the country.
You know what's funny? They said it had a sweet smell, right? And if you look at her description, it says the rain smells like acid already.
Yeah, the rain smells like acid already.
What does acid smell like, you dipshit?
What does acid smell like, you? And secondly, again, really put this, again, 23.4 thousand hearts on there, and
23.6 now, and 800 retweets.
And
what the fuck do they call it on TikTok?
shares, and she's all the way on the other side of the country, in which that plume is nowhere near her, none at all. Oh, I really hope this video gets back up and going. You know, I think it's always funny that the ads always play, but the videos don't. But this was teacher was basically saying how that the concentration has been dropping down, and it was already at 0.4 by the time it was hitting Wheeling, and if that continued the current trend, it would be diluted to the point where it wasn't showing up at all around Cincinnati. And he said that what they could do is they could, because they have locks in between there, you know, essentially like big dams, if you will, and that they could actually cut it off at a certain point and then try to pump, I don't know what they pump into, but they pump out and treat some of the water. That way it wouldn't. So there shouldn't be any reason why it runs all the way down to Mississippi without them being able to take some of that and doing stuff, to mitigate the hazard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they already stopped everything, and they already said that they're going through it bit by bit, you know what I'm saying, through the water system and making sure that it's clear.
This right here, again, we're going to be going through this fast so we can finish up. This right here is a woman in Pittsburgh, and she was concerned about acid rain. So this was to prove my point that we have not been seeing anything, is that she takes the rainwater she collected over the last couple of days and takes it to a place which happens to be a pool place to test the acidity of it. And
what's her name?
It is I have no IDIY. I have no idea why is what it's supposed to be, but I have no IDIY. Right, and so she takes it to a place to get it tested, and it tests fine, no acid in the water. Again, if she's in Pittsburgh, about 25 miles out, because that plume moved northeast. So all those people saying they're getting acid rain, if they are in Massachusetts, New England, obviously Ohio, that that's legit. You should pay attention to those. I mean, still a little bit of salt in there. So don't take them 100%, but those are probably pretty accurate. This guy right here was from Massachusetts. He had what appeared to be acid rain on his car. This person did not.
Flesh-eating rain.
This is a test, a real watershed test from Ohio. It says below 9 they are good. It's right here. You can see in the video. It's actually on its way down. This where it clipped at was 8.49. It was in the 7s and dropping is where I stopped the video, just to see. I don't know if this is the endpoint right here, but this guy said 3.6. Not terrible, not great, right? But this guy said below 9.
Under that, Ethan bounds. That only means it hasn't reached you yet or evaporated yet.
Yeah, this guy's in Ohio. Real Ohio rainwater test.
Again, the dipshittery knows no bounds, Marcus. I'm sorry, I'm slowing this up. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to cruise through here quick. This person was in Canton, Ohio, talking about their water. Canton, Ohio was nowhere near where the plume went, nor is the river flow upstream to Canton, Ohio. So, yeah. This is more from Allegheny County, saying that what I was saying earlier about the Allegheny River as a source of potential water contamination is far downstream from our intakes. There is no direct water quality impact from East Palestine train derailment to our water supply on the Allegheny River. And again, this was that was showing I was really wanting to show him stuff. Also, all these people saying out that acid rain will kill you. This is a document from a New Hampshire from the New Hampshire government. Basically, where is it at here? Okay, so this everyone's complaining about acid rain, right? And acid rain we get in other places besides, directly from the results of this burning. Well, we are getting it from burning. Acid rain is also due to human activities, burning fossil fuels, manufacturing oil refineries, electric generation, and vehicles all release sulfur and nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere, and that causes acid rain. So it's not the first time you've seen it. It's not the last time you'll see it. It's not going to kill you. You're not going to boil. Your skin's not going to boil when you go outside. All those reports are bullshit.
I think people think of acid and they think of like Dungeons and Dragons because they're like, oh my god, it's like an acid arrow. Acid will kill you.
Yeah, they think it's going to burn your face off.
It's not a goddamn movie, guys. Yeah, I don't think you have any internet, dude.
I don't know how I'm still connected to you, though.
I mean, fuck it. Maybe this is taking all your internet.
I don't know. I have like a fucking bomb internet plan. I have 500 megabytes per second.
Yeah, same. We got something stupid over here, and sometimes it just craps out. I don't know why.
But let me see. Can I play this one or no?
I want to help. And it's clear that help is not coming for those in East Palestine, Ohio, and the surrounding areas. And so I've created a GoFundMe. Through this platform, I want to raise $1 million for those that need to relocate or evacuate that don't have the means to do it. Now, some people have the means. Some people have.
All right, so it cut off there. Basically, this is the Mark.explains channel on TikTok. He has set up a GoFundMe for people that need to be getting. Yes, I am kind of downplaying all the places surrounding that people are just being dumbasses on, but the people that live in East Palestine should sure as hell get the fuck away from there. I think that's pretty goes into laws of common sense. Get out of there. Yeah. It's a ruined area.
Does he list the GoFundMe?
It is on. If you go onto Mark Explains and you go onto that, there is a direct link to his GoFundMe. I will be, I was planning on doing it live on the air, but my internet's not working, because I will also be contributing to it as well.
Hell yeah.
So,
I'll send a little something. I'll go check it out. I have his TikTok pulled up right here right now, so.
Yeah, all he's doing is, he was trying to add, do $10 from people, if they could spare $10 to.
If you can spare it, guys, don't go fucking broke trying to help other
people.
Yeah,
if you need to buy water, fucking don't go spending $10 thinking it's gonna come back to you. But this guy's a chemist. He's one of the people that you should be listening to. He set up this GoFundMe to help the people in the area. If you are in that area, they're telling you it's safe to go back. They're telling you it's safe to drink the water. I think this pure as day goes into the no shit column. Get the fuck out of there. That place is gonna be tainted. You're not gonna be able to eat food from there, drink water from there. Eating corn from there is probably a no-go, right? So you stay ahead of the area. Stay away from. I mean, pretty bad to say, but I don't necessarily know if people are going to be eating the stuff from farmers markets and stuff there. So if you can, I know it's hard, but if you can, get out of that area. Maybe try to relocate, maybe further out east or further out west, but it's not looking very good for that area. So my heart does go out to everybody in that area and everyone going through hard times. And, a mom should never have to decide to whether or not to give her child a bath and contaminated water or not. That shouldn't be something that happens nowadays. These government, the corporation that control the government really shouldn't be allowed to do that anymore. But in the meantime, we're going to still be going back and forth on whether or not to support the right or the left. When the answer to that question is both of them are corporations. Stop being a dumbass. Vote for another party. They go ahead and say that if you believe that education should be free, you're a communist, you're a socialist, right? If you think that the medical care you should be, you're a communist, you're a socialist. But fucking how far has corporations got you? Because clearly in this situation and many situations like this all over the country, it's all a cover-up. They're poisoning people's water, telling them it's okay. All of it is just to screw you. So
out of 11 first world countries that have health care, America's the only one that has privatized health care. All other 10 countries have nationalized health care, and we have the worst health care out of all 11 first world countries. So obviously, we're not fucking working. You know what I mean? Nationalized health care has been proven to work and stuff like that. And unfortunately, with modern politics, it's honestly just a two-party system because nobody votes enough for, independence and stuff like that. Everybody just wants to stick to this red or blue team. And it's fucking idiotic, man.
They're too busy focused on this side says this side says that. Neither side's looking out for you. I gotta tell you, those you could say, oh, Biden hasn't done anything, right? Which he hasn't. But Trump is also the person that rolled back those requirements. So what the fuck has he done for you? Right there's an instant on both sides doing absolutely shit to help you.
Listen, the last 3 presidents haven't done shit. Obama, it started under the Obama administration, who everybody thought was supposed to be the savior, even though he gave tons of fucking breaks to corporations. Trump made it worse, and then Biden is also steadily increasing it. I mean, you know what I mean? And everybody talks about how cool Bill Clinton was because he played a saxophone and got his dick sucked in the White House. But he actually looked at his policy. He was a terrible fucking president. Cool guy, terrible president.
Cool guy. But yeah, people. I mean, at one point you got to say enough is enough. It happens all over the country. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. This is a corporate cover up from top to bottom, and sadly, half those people there will still be focused on whether they vote red or blue. Maybe give someone a chance that they're just putting on the tag of they're a socialist. Yeah, but just have maybe go after someone that has your best interest in mind. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying socialism is the best thing in the world. But what I am saying is there could be another party that actually cares about the people that live in their country. These people only care about their bottom line. And you're seeing it now with TikTok, how everyone's pushing it down. And there are people that are trying to step up and say something, except for the people that are trying to step up and say something aren't all that smart to begin with.
Listen, man, you want to hear something terrible?
Yeah.
Serfs in history are considered some of the most like lowly people that got abused and stuff like that, right? Like serfs in a kingdom, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's terrible what they did to the serfs." Did you know the serfs are actually living better than us today in modern America? The serfs got off for weddings. They had paternal and maternal leave. They were able to take 3 days off for their wedding and the celebrations. They had 4 weeks off a fucking year. I mean, nowadays, bro, you got to work for a company 10 years to get 3 weeks off. That's fucking bullshit. Serfs got that automatically. And people think, oh my God, what happened to the serfs was so terrible. So just think about that. Put that in perspective. You think that the serfs got the raw end of the deal, and we're doing even worse than them. So just really think about that shit.
Yeah, so I'll say it once. I'll say it again. Voting red or blue only means voting for Pepsi or Coke.
Basically.
Neither give a damn about you. They only care about their bottom line and covering shit up.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, thank you all for coming. Again, please check out our stuff for Off the Hinges at our Linktree. It's the Linktree website.com/offthehingespodcast. Please subscribe to our Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. That way you can stay in line and know everything that's going on. And please subscribe to our TikTok. That way you can see me post these videos back to the idiots that made them. And
follow YouTube Off the Hinges podcast. Follow the Instagram. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get podcasts available for the audio. YouTube for the video. I also do a podcast. Make sure you check out Block Talk, BLOKK Talk. That's 2 words, Block Talk. I do a podcast there also. It's a little less doom and gloom. I talked to a sex coach last week, so if you want to get better at sex, make sure to check out that episode. It's called Be a Better Communicator with @MySexCoach.